And we are back at JSU Stadium, joined now by Robert Smith, who will be in the booth with me for the play-by-play call of the Anniston Leeds game. Next on the schedule, the Gridiron Challenge. Robert, just a moment ago, talked a little bit about the challenge this will be for the Anniston Bulldogs going up against the Leeds Green Wave, who is as hot as any team in the state of Alabama the last few years. They have 3 state titles since 2008, the defending state champs. What do you make of Anniston's chances today?
Well, Anniston certainly has their hands full. Anybody that plays Leeds has their hands full. What a great job that Keith Etheridge has done at Leeds. Sometimes I wonder why somebody hasn't scooped him up and taken him away from there. But he has really taken a program that was not that much on the map and really stamped it on the map. And Coach Eddie Bullock, great coach as well. He'll have a plan today for Anniston to compete with Leeds.
Well, I was joking with Coach Bullock earlier today, and I said, how did you wind up matching up with Leeds? He said, well, nobody else wanted to play them. I said, well, I can believe that as good of a run as they've been on lately. But, you mentioned Coach Etheridge from Leeds. He is kind of back home in a way. He's a Leeds graduate and a JSU graduate.
And that is probably, Mickey, why, or part of the reason why that he has stayed there. You have a little bit of extra pride when you're a graduate of a school and you come back there as the head coach, and especially to have the success that you've had. A lot of times that will be the glue that will keep someone there. But certainly he's done a phenomenal job with the Leeds Green Wave, and you see them coming onto the field there, and they're dressed a little bit like the New York Jets. That's one of their trademarks.
And the Anniston Bulldogs have already made their way onto the field, and we are just moments away from the kickoff. Again, the Gridiron Challenge this year, 22 teams, 13 games here today at JSU Stadium. And Robert, Mother Nature has been kind to us today. There's been some chances of rain throughout the day, but fortunately, other than just a few light rain showers, it has been a nice day, overcast skies, which has kind of held the temperature down, and it looks like it's going to be a Chamber of Commerce type evening here for the remainder of the schedule, the Gridiron Challenge.
Yeah, just spent the last game down on the sidelines, and for the middle of May, you really couldn't ask for anything better. The humidity is not bad. The temperature is not bad, and it's just a really nice afternoon, as we started early this morning, but it is a nice afternoon for high school football here from Jacksonville State. Still a lot of good games on the schedule. We've had a lot of good games, but there are still plenty of good ball games here before us.
So the Leeds Green Wave will get the football first on offense. We mentioned a moment ago they're led by their rising senior quarterback, Daryl Marshall, who is known all over the state and the nation for his exploits on the football field. Just recently, just a couple of weeks ago, Marshall at a ceremony at Leeds High School committed to the University of Tennessee, where they've offered him to play quarterback. Some folks thought he might go to Auburn. Auburn had offered him as a defensive back, but instead Marshall chooses Tennessee because he wants a shot at quarterback up in Knoxville. So first down carry goes to Trey Nation, who is probably the second most talked about player on this Leeds team. Let's take a look at the key players to watch. We've talked about Daryl Marshall. Trey Nation, a major college prospect as well, who just carried the football on first down for 5 yards. Coy Freeman, a wide receiver. Also, when they throw the ball, they like to look in Freeman's direction. Second down and a long 4. Back to Nation up the middle. Huge hole into the Anniston secondary. And Anniston gets to him at around the midfield stripe. So Leeds with 2 consecutive very productive running plays.
And so Leeds, just like that, has made their way up to the 50-yard line. They always have great speed. They'll show that. Of course, Anniston, nothing to cough about the speed of these Anniston Bulldogs. But you got to contain Leeds. That's one of the things you have to do with them.
Yeah, the backs for Leeds are very big and physical, as we've got an offsides, I believe, against Anniston. But the challenge for the Bulldogs will be up front in the trenches. That Leeds offensive line, they're big, they're stout, they're experienced. Anniston defensive front will have their hands full if they can't get a push for their head coach, Eddie Bullock, who is entering his 6th season as head coach of the Bulldogs.
You know, Mickey, I guess it seems like it's been longer than his 6th season. I guess that's partially because Coach Bullock has been at Anniston for so long.
And Etheridge, we mentioned, a Leeds alum, Eddie Bullock as well at Anniston. Pass downfield is complete, and that is the young man we just highlighted in our players to watch. Rising senior Coy Freeman, good-looking player, goes about 6'1", 6'2", 175 pounds, and Marshall delivers a strike to him in between 2 defenders and leads with a first down at the Bulldog 22.
Nice pass there for Leeds. As I was watching that play develop, looked like there was nobody down the field, but the quarterback knew what he was doing, put it on the money.
Here comes a speed sweep. Turning the corner for the Green Wave is number 8. I believe that is Miles Evans. And so Evans is in for the touchdown.
And you're going to see him take the handoff as he comes in motion there on the sweep, puts a little move on right there, goes in between a couple of players and just scampers into the end zone. And Leeds has done what we've seen them do so many times, take this opening kickoff and drive it down and put it into the end zone for points. There's that move I talked about. There's another one. Nice vision. Got it into the end zone. Extra point attempt coming up now for the Green Wave.
So they hurry on the extra point team. Alex Nickel does the holding. For the place kicker, who we do not have on our roster, unfortunately. But the extra point is no good. So the Leeds Green Wave take the lead. The score will remain 6-0. Not quite 2 minutes gone by here in our first quarter. And, you know, Robert, we've talked throughout the day about the number of college coaches and recruiters that this event draws, and there's a couple in attendance there. There's plenty around Burgess Snow Field here today taking in this game.
Yeah, there's a couple from Georgia State on the down at the end of the Leeds sidelines as well.
So Anniston first play from scrimmage. The handoff to Jeremy McCants, and McCants picks up 4 yards. Or actually, they'll spot him at the 33, so a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. And another key for Anniston offensively as they go against this Green Wave defense is productivity on first down. They do not want to be in 2nd and 3rd and long situations against the Leeds defense that is just as much of a force as their offense. Quarterback for the Bulldogs, Tay Miller, and the back is tackled behind the line of scrimmage as Jeremy McCants knocked off his feet back at the 30. So 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs.
And Anniston finding themselves in that 3rd down and 10 position. That's not where they wanted to be.
And there's a look at Daryl Marshall on the defensive side of the ball for Leeds. As we mentioned, a lot of schools, including Auburn and Alabama, recruited Marshall as a DB. Tennessee offering him as a quarterback, which led to his decision to commit to the Volunteers. 3rd down and long. Miller flushed out of the pocket. Good speed, able to turn the corner. Big play, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 41. That's enough for a first down, and I believe we have a flag at the end of the play as well.
You'll see as he drops back, comes to the near side, and we talked about speed, and Anniston showed that they could match Leeds right there for speed. Steps out of bounds. If the play holds up after this penalty, and the penalty I believe is going to be against Leeds.
Personal foul. That'll tack on significant yardage to the run. So great individual effort by Tay Miller, the Bulldog quarterback. Brings a lot of athleticism to the position. So here's the key players for the Bulldogs that we'll be keeping an eye on. We mentioned Tay Miller, the quarterback, who comes up with a big play there. L.J. Hurd, a big physical running back. And along the offensive line, they need a push today if they're going to move the ball against Leeds. And T. Coleman, the offensive lineman for the Bulldogs, will need to have a good game today. First and 10, the Bulldogs. Their first offensive possession. They penetrate Leeds territory at the 49. Here is Hurd. Breaks it outside, makes a nice cut. And Hurd able to pick up 3 yards to the Green Wave 41.
Nice play there by Hurd as he bounces it outside.
And here's the players to watch for the Leeds Green Wave defense. Josefa Smith along the defensive front. Senior linebacker Mike Rankins and junior defensive lineman Christian Smith. A big defensive front for Leeds. A lot of size and strength up front for the Green Wave. Second down and 7. Said a moment ago they were scrimmaging from the 49, actually the 44. Pass is complete, but not much yardage at all. Edward Montgomery on the receiving end of the Tay Miller pass. And they're going to mark him down for a loss, actually back to the 43. So Anniston will be facing 3rd and 9. Another 3rd and long. Last time Tay Miller bailed them out. We'll see what they go with here.
And last time, not only did Miller get the first down, but there was a personal foul against Leeds. That was an 11-yard gain on the run, and then 15 yards of the penalty, so 26 yards the last time they were in this position.
Miller is going to keep it himself. Nowhere to the right, comes back to the left, tries to turn the corner, but the Leeds Green Wave speed, led by Torrance Pollard, was up to the task to contain Miller that time. They didn't let him get outside, hence it'll be a loss of 6 and a 4th down.
Yeah, and he gets started right, nothing there, tried to reverse his field, but that speed of Leeds was just too much. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Green Wave players take him down for about an 8-yard loss back to the 50-yard line.
So the drive will stall at midfield, and the Bulldogs will be forced to punt. Simulated kicking game today. Now we've got an official marking off the punt yardage. They actually won't even kick. Here's a look at Coach Eddie Bullock. We mentioned he's entering his 6th season at Anniston. Led the Bulldogs to the 4A semifinals in 2011, where he lost a heartbreaking semifinal game to Aniana, who went on to win the 4A state championship that year. Coach Bullock is also well known for his coaching abilities with a girls basketball team at Anniston, leading them to the Final Four on multiple occasions. State championship contender each and every year, it seems like, the Anniston girls basketball team. So 1st and 10, Leeds Green Wave back with it on offense. They snap it from their 21-yard line. To give up the middle to Tyler Rose. Good job defensively that time by the Bulldogs. Number 51, Elijah Jackson, stuffing that play for a short gain of 2.
Great play there by Jackson. Anniston needed that because they need to keep Leeds from getting another big play and getting points early. Even though it's just 2nd down, that was a big play to make a statement to start this second drive.
Green Wave with 4 receivers in this formation. Marshall sends a man in motion and a penalty flag thrown before the snap. And an offsides call against the Bulldogs. So Leeds doesn't need any help, but Anniston gives them some there. 5-yard mark off now instead of 2nd and 8. Make it 2nd and 3. Yeah, one thing to jump offsides, another to just line up offsides. 2nd and 3. Marshall, quarterback keep right up the middle. 1st down and more. Marshall will be dropped at about the 36-yard line. Last Bulldog there coming in to make the hit, Jalen McKenzie.
And you'll see Marshall as he gets through the line of scrimmage here. Picks up the first down. Anniston had given him 5 yards on the penalty. And then Leeds takes it for the first down out across the 35 to the 36.
So 1st and 10, Green Wave out at their own 36. Pollard in motion. They give it to Pollard. Gets a great block from Nation, able to turn the corner, and he's got close to 10 yards and another first down, taken out of bounds on the far side of the field that time by the Bulldogs' Jeremy McCants.
You're going to see Marshall work his way left side, trying to square those shoulders up, maybe trying to put a little stiff arm on there, and able to move the football up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Picks up the first down. Leeds continues to move the football.
All right, some kind of discussion with the officials, and I think we're finally ready for play.
Mickey, Leeds is up over 100 yards of total offense. We played not quite 8 minutes. Anniston has 5 yards.
1st and 10 from their 46. Marshall looking to throw on first down. Downfield he goes. The pass is complete to Freeman down at the 32-yard line. Nice throw and catch that time. The coverage by Mario Dobbins. But this play started, Robert, with the protection.
It did. He had plenty of time. Nice. Look at that. Right on the money. And the Anniston defender had gotten out a little bit in front of him, turned around, but it was too late. He'd already hauled the football in. Saw a similar reception in the earlier drive for Leeds.
The officials timeout for the change, needing a little attention over on the far side of the field. Now they've got him stretched out. First down, Green Wave at the Bulldog 32. Marshall with the backs in the eye. 2 tight ends in this formation. And they run it up the middle. Nation picks his hole and bulls his way inside the 20. He's got another Green Wave first down.
And Leeds just continues to pound the football. They get a pass when they need it, and then they'll come right back and pound at you. They can go outside. They can do it all.
There you see that offensive line. Big, physical, experienced, and they are winning the battle right now up front. As good as those skill players are, as good as your quarterback is, if you do not have somebody for you up front blocking, you will not be productive, and Leeds has got the whole package. Speed sweep here, Miles Evans. Short gain of about 2. Play defended well on the corner that time by the Anniston defense.
Yeah, the speed sweep never got up to speed there on that play. Still picked up some positive yardage, about 2 maybe.
Very time-consuming drive here by the Green Wave. Already under 6 minutes to play in the first of 2 quarters. In case you've just joined us, format today, 2 15-minute quarters, or if you will, 2 15-minute halves or periods. Leeds looking to add to their 6-0 lead. 2nd down and 9. Fake. Marshall over the middle, just off the fingertips of Freeman, who was breaking open inside the 10-yard line.
Now you'll see on the replay here as Marshall throws, he's going to throw to a point, not necessarily to the receiver. He threw out in front of him, and the receiver just wasn't quite to that point when the ball got there, and thereby the incompletion.
And here's a look at Keith Etheridge, the Leeds head coach. Is the defending 4A state champs. We mentioned he's a Leeds and JSU graduate, entering his 10th season at Leeds, and as Robert said, has done as good a job as any coach in the state of Alabama with this Leeds football program. And the officials stop the play before the snap. another offsides penalty against the Bulldogs. Anniston coaches not pleased at all. That is the second time they've been penalized for that infraction on this drive. There you see the Anniston sideline. So 3rd down and 4. They need to get it just inside the 10 for a first down. The give is to Nation. He's got that and more. Gets it inside the 5. Spun down by the Bulldogs. LaMel Hurd. But it'll be 1st and goal Green Wave at the Anniston 4.
This Leeds drive started back at the 21-yard line. And they have moved it all the way down inside the Anniston 5 down to the 4. And so far, Leeds has been everything that they were advertised to be in this ball game. They have almost had their will with Anniston. They've come up with a big play from time to time. Most of this drive is just methodically down the field.
Marshall keeps it. And good defensive play by the Bulldogs. They string it out. The pursuit arrives in time to keep Marshall from getting into the end zone. Nice effort by the Bulldogs. Phillips that time, number 29, coming up from the defensive secondary. And that's not an easy play to keep that young man out of the end zone.
Marshall, as he worked his way out trying to get it into the end zone, Anniston, it took 3 players to bring him down. First one that got to him kind of contained him, but couldn't get him to the ground. It took some reinforcements to get him there.
2nd and goal. Marshall keeps it again, follows a lead block from Trey Nation, and then gets into the end zone. So Daryl Marshall goes by the nickname of TD, and it's more than just his name. He gets a lot of these right here.
Now watch Marshall as he ran in to behind his defenders, and then saw just an opening. You're going to see it right here, runs into one of the Anniston defenders, sees a little daylight, and just goes right in there. Got the touchdown.
So Leeds will line up and go for 2. Try to make it a 14-point game. They split 3 receivers to the right side of the field. And Marshall looking to throw. Goes for Freeman. Nice grab. Nice grab on the left side of the end zone. The defender that time for the Bulldogs, Chris Beard, not in bad position. The pass was just beautifully thrown in the right spot. And we'll get another look at this. This is just great execution.
And again, throws it out where nobody could come up with it but his teammate. And give great credit there to Leeds as he was tangled up and got away to catch the pass for the 2-point conversion.
Here's a look at the Talladega Ford scoring drive. Very impressive drive. 12 plays covering 79 yards, taking 5.5 minutes off the clock here in the first quarter. And TD to Daryl Marshall punching it in for the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. 14-0 Bulldogs back on offense for their 2nd possession of the game. They moved it pretty well, picked up a couple of first downs, got inside Leeds territory before their drive stalled. Let's see if the Bulldogs can move it here in their 2nd possession. To the run game they go. And nothing doing for Jeremy McCants, as he is hit by number 23, Torrance Pollard, a rising sophomore defensive back for Leeds. So that play gains no yardage. 2nd and 10.
They're going to put the football down. You cannot tell the difference in where it was after first down and where it is after 2nd down. Just absolutely, if anything, maybe back a couple of inches. So Anniston got absolutely nothing on that one.
2nd and 10. Good look at Jeremy McCants, the running back. Miller in all kinds of trouble behind the line. Going to heave it downfield, and the pass is incomplete. The coverage was good, and it was basically just a jump ball between Mario Dobbins and the Leeds defender. And the Leeds defender able to knock the ball down. Incomplete pass sets up a 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldog offense. And a good look at the Anniston cheerleaders. You know, we've had a lot of cheerleading groups in and out of the stadium today supporting the various teams. And we got a timeout on the field taken by Anniston. With 2:11 left here in our first quarter, the Bulldogs facing a tough 3rd down and 10 when we come back. You know, we got started early this morning with our Gridiron Challenge pregame show at 8 a.m. And here we are as we are approaching the 6 o'clock hour, the sun beginning to set. The sky over Jacksonville, Alabama. Beautiful scenery here around JSU Stadium. And we still have plenty of games left. Several more games on the schedule. So if you're in the area, it's only $8 a ticket to get in, and you can watch as many games as you like. We still have Center Point, Mumford, Paul Bryant to come, Spring Garden. So some good spring action still ahead. And a lot more action here as we go under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Anniston with a 3rd and 10. Miller trying to turn the corner to the left, and the defense stayed home. Good discipline by Jermaine Williams, the sophomore DB for Leeds. And Miller had no room to run at all. So it will be 4th down. You see Miller coming up gimpy there a bit as he heads off to the Anniston sideline. So 4th down, and Anniston will do the simulated punt, and Leeds will get the football in very good field position.
Mark off the 30 yards, should take it to the 43, and that's where they lay it down.
So that Anniston defense, which has had their hands full in this first quarter, now they're back on the field. So many weapons for this Leeds Green Wave offense. Marshall rolling left. Lobs it out in the flats. Little too long for his intended receiver, Torrance Pollard. And there we see another team making their way into JSU Stadium. And I believe that is the Glencoe Yellow Jackets who play Sand Rock after this game. That's Coach Lee Osmond. So, yeah, Coach Osmond and Glencoe arriving here. Again, they've got a great matchup with Sand Rock coming up immediately following this game. Glencoe, a great run in the playoffs last year. Knocked out in the semifinals by eventual state champion Madison Academy out of 3A. One of the best teams in Glencoe football history. To Darryl Marshall, up the middle, down to the Bulldog 41-yard line, and another first down for the Green Wave.
And here you'll see Marshall scampers through that hole. A second hole. He is so slippery. He's hard to bring down. And scampers from his 43 down to the Anniston 41, picks up 16 yards and a first down.
And he's very physical, just running over the defender on that play. He's a big kid. They list him at 6 foot 180, but I'm not sure he's not a little bigger than that. Decides to run it here, gets a block, and steps out of bounds inside the Anniston 25. So that's what makes him so dangerous at quarterback. That's why the Tennessee Volunteers are willing to offer him at quarterback. He's got a good arm, but if there's nothing there, you see what he can do with his legs. A true dual threat quarterback into Darryl Marshall.
Yeah, he's shown so far today that he could throw some pinpoint passes. And also, we already know what he can do with his legs. He showed us on that play.
1 minute exactly left in our first quarter. Leeds taking a lot of time getting the play in from the sideline. Play clock under 10 now. Gonna have to hurry. And they just do get the snap off. Marshall calls his own number. He's in the open field inside the 10 and will be dragged down from behind at about the 3-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle there by Bell of Anniston. But Leeds will be set up first and goal at the Anniston 3.
You'll see Marshall from the shotgun. Gets it outside, shows that speed. Gets it inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. Sets up first down and goal to go.
Again, Leeds taking a lot of time getting that play in from the sideline. As we are nearing the end of the first quarter, the Green Wave looking to punch in another touchdown here against the Bulldogs. Here's the give to Trey Nation, and he's close, but the Bulldogs stop him just short of the goal line. Good effort in the middle of that Anniston defense by Edward Montgomery. So Leeds will have to run one more play to try to get it into the end zone.
There's the give. Looked like he was headed for the end zone, but Anniston's defense able to stiffen and keep him down.
Well, while we're in that replay, Leeds punches it in. There you see big Trey Nation, 6 foot, 215-pound running back who is being recruited by multiple schools across the country. He punches it in for his first touchdown of the game.
57-yard drive for the touchdown. Here's the extra point attempt.
Green Wave tack on the extra point, making it 21-0, and we'll get another look at the touchdown. Didn't have far to go. Nation just bulls his way into the end zone, would not be denied. And here's your Talladega Ford scoring drive. The Green Wave take it 57 yards in 6 plays, only taking a minute 25 off the clock, increasing their lead to 21-0 with 10 seconds to play here in our first quarter.
So Leeds has had the football 3 times. They've scored 3 touchdowns. Anniston, on the other hand, has had the football twice, and they have 2 total yards.
Anniston knew moving the football would be a challenge. See if they can find some way to pick up some first downs. Give up the middle. That's number 24, Edward Montgomery. Spins his way for about 2 tough yards inside between the tackles, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at the 2015 Gridiron Challenge. We will continue with our live coverage of Leeds and Anniston right here on TV 24. And we are back at JSU Stadium, getting ready for the second quarter of Anniston and Leeds. Mickey Shaddricks, Robert Smith, Gerhard Mathangani down on the sidelines. The 2015 Gridiron Challenge. With the Leeds Green Wave, the defending state champions, taking on the Anniston Bulldogs. A big challenge, obviously, for Anniston. We knew when this matchup was set that this would be a tough matchup for the Bulldogs. And talking with Coach Bullock earlier today, he said, you know, a lot of people have criticized him for agreeing to play them. And but one thing about Coach Bullock, he's not afraid of anybody. He's not going to back down from any challenge. And the way he looks at it is, hey, you know, this is a great opportunity for our kids to play one of the best teams in the state. And that's how you get better. There's a look at Sand Rock, the opponent for Glencoe. That is the game next on the schedule here at the Gridiron Challenge. Glencoe and Sand Rock coming up immediately following this game. Then after that, we still have 4 more games on the schedule. Paul Bryant, Center Point, Mumford, Randolph County, and Spring Garden. Still left to take the field here before we are done with the Gridiron Challenge. Again, weather conditions are just fantastic. There is absolutely very little wind to speak of right now. Partly cloudy sky, temperature in the low 70s, so great evening for high school football here at JSU Stadium. Anniston will have the football to begin the second quarter. 15 more minutes of action, and then this game will be over. And other than their first possession, Robert, where they were able to string together a couple of first downs, Anniston has just been unable to move the football against this Leeds defense.
6 total yards for Anniston through one period of play.
So the officials call a delay of game out of the between quarter break, and that'll back the Bulldogs up 5 yards to the 25. So Anniston starting behind the chains right away on this drive. Miller dancing around back there in all kind of trouble, and he'll go down back at the 10-yard line. Tay Miller, a little indecisive, and against a lot of teams that the Bulldogs play, he might can get away with that, but not against this defense.
No, that's that speed that we talked about. And Leeds, just let's be honest, they have the whole package. They have the size along the line, and you can't run up the middle on them because of the size that they have, but you can't really get outside on them either because of the speed. So, you know, if you're trying to call plays to run against Leeds, it's tough. It really is tough.
How about 2nd and 31 tough? Penalty and the sack, and it's 2nd and very, very long. Tay Miller came out of the game a moment ago, so a new quarterback for the Bulldogs on this play. Not much running room at all for number 10, Sabian Bethune. And he'll check out of the game, so it'll be 3rd down.
And a ton.
And about 29. Tay Miller checks back into the game. And Leeds is sitting here about to get the football on the Anniston side of the 50, unless the Bulldogs can come up with a good play here on 3rd and almost 30. Pressure right up the middle. They set up the middle screen, and not a bad call, but when your defensive lineman can rush the passer, turn around and come back and catch the middle screen, that's just incredible defense. Christian Smith making the tackle on Edward Montgomery. It looked as though they had something here, Robert.
They did. They had the right play call, but look, right there's number 51, gets him, slows him down, and then one of the defensive linemen, number 14, had come up and rushed the passer, turned around, came back, and made the tackle. I mean, that's the whole package.
Correction, that was Hurd on the reception. So the Greenway will get it in Anniston territory to start this drive after the 30-yard mark off for the simulated punt. 1st and 10 at the Anniston 40. Somebody asked me earlier today, what's a green wave? I guess it's this. It's what's hit Anniston here in this game so far.
Mickey, wasn't there a superhero? Was it, I'll think of that. I think that could be where the green wave came from.
Good play on 1st down. They set up the screen. First time Leeds has gone with a screen play in this game. Number 18, who is, I believe that's Chandler Teams. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Green Wave. 2nd down and 1. They give him 9 yards on the play down to the Anniston 31. And Leeds, clock management will come into play for them now. They've got a comfortable lead. They'll take their time getting into play from the sidelines. Marshall taking it all the way down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Give right up the middle to Rose, and Rose is inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. On the tackle for the Bulldogs that time, Phillips, and it'll be another first down for the Green Wave.
So Leeds already leading 21-0. Got it inside the red zone here for the first time here in the second half.
Three receivers split to the left side of the formation for Marshall. He rolls that way. Looking toward the end zone, incomplete. He had two receivers in the same vicinity. Number 23, Torrance Pollard, and number 8, Miles Evans. Neither could come up with the grab, so it'll be second down and 10. Good pressure up the middle that time, Robert. Forced Marshall to change direction. First time Anniston's got some pressure on the Leeds' talented signal caller.
He had his pass on the money, had a couple of receivers down there, could not haul it in.
So second down and 10. Marshall leaves it with Nation, breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles, breaks three tackles, four tackles, and finally the fifth Bulldog defender coming over to finish him off. That was Jeremy McCants. This guy's a load.
Breaks tackles, breaks that one, and gets it down inside the 10.
I believe they may be calling for a measurement. It's very close to a first down, so they'll bring the chains all the way across the field. So it's either going to be third and very short or first and goal. And they'll stretch the chains, and it'll be just short, inches short. All right, that's a green wave. We've got official confirmation. That is a green wave.
And Mickey, the Tulane University also is the green wave. Their green wave was adopted after the 1920 season, a song that was titled The Rolling Green Wave. So we can tell you about the Tulane green wave. Now, how it got to Leeds, maybe it waved from New Orleans all the way up to the Birmingham area or something.
Not sure I'm any more educated than I was a moment ago, but that is a green wave.
Well, at least we have something when you play trivia. You'll know about the Tulane green wave.
Not sure. Well, we're waiting on those chains across the way. All right, now we're ready. Third down and short for Leeds. Marshall surveying the Bulldog defense. Hands it off to Rose, and he's got the first down inside the Anniston 2. That'll set up the Green Wave with a first and goal. Looks like they're bringing in their power package, their jumbo package, whatever term you prefer.
So first and goal now from the 2. Look for just a moment like he was going to have enough daylight to get in the end zone, but then the hole closed up. But they still have a first and goal from the 2.
Boy, and they got a lot of beef on that left side as well. They run it to the right with Nation, and he gets it into the end zone. Another touchdown. That is the second touchdown of the game for Mr. Trey Nation. And the Green Wave add another touchdown to their scoring column.
So Leeds able to get the football at the Anniston 40. Their defense had backed Anniston back up to the 10-yard line. After the 30-yard simulated punt, they get it at the Anniston 40 and take it down the field and punch it in for a touchdown.
And the extra point is true right down the middle. So 28-0. Green Wave extend their lead over Anniston here at the Gridiron Challenge. We get another look at the touchdown. It's Trey Nation taking it in, capping off the scoring drive. The Talladega Ford scoring drive. 5 plays, 40 yards, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. And again, touchdown number 2 of the night for Mr. Ellis Trey Nation of Leeds High School. So 8 minutes, 33 seconds and counting remaining in our second and final period. Anniston back on offense now. The Bulldogs still looking for their first points of the game against this tough Green Wave defense. Checking into the game late, Jeremy McCants running on. Tay Miller takes the snap and takes off. And looked like he had an option to turn it up the field instead. Once again, he tried to turn the corner, and that's not there against this defense. We mentioned Glencoe and Sand Rock on deck. They'll be coming up after this game. And how about that young lady, a female player on the Glencoe team this year?
I can say one thing, she's the prettiest football player we've seen.
So that's an interesting story we'll have to try to dig a little deeper into.
Mickey, we're talking about Anniston looking for their first points. They're still looking for their first down.
Tay Miller's got some space. Now he's in the open field with that speed and a nice run up to around the 38-yard line. That'll leave him just short of a first down, putting Anniston in a 3rd and short situation. Miller was looking to throw downfield, didn't like what he saw. So he picks up about 13, 14 yards, getting back the lost yardage on the first play, or on the second down play. So 3rd down and 2, Bulldogs need to take it to the 40 for a first down. But even 3rd and 2 challenge against this defense. Do you try to run it up the middle? Do you throw it? Do you go wide? One thing you don't do is drop it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. Anniston was still in negative territory in yardage. Had a chance to get out of negatives, pick up their first down. Couldn't do either one on the miscue.
So Miller walks off the field after another frustrating series for the Bulldog offense. Simulated punt. They will mark it off at the 38. So once again, the Leeds Green Wave with very good field position as they start another offensive possession.
So just over 6 minutes to play here. And Leeds has this one in command. The ball game is not in doubt.
1st and 10. Marshall under center this time. He pitches to Rose. And nice job by the Anniston defense to limit that play to about 3 yards. Let's check out the Leeds schedule, the defending state champions. How about this matchup? Madison Academy on August the 21st, matching the defending 3A and 4A state champions, Trinity Presbyterian. Then Leeds will travel to Mumford, back-to-back games against Mumford and Central Clay, 2 teams in the East Alabama area. Piedmont's on the schedule on the 25th, at Childersburg on the 16th. So a very interesting schedule there for the Leeds Green Wave coming up in the 2015 season. We'll have a look at the Anniston schedule in just a bit. 2nd down and 6 for the Green Wave. Here comes the speed sweep to the left. Again, nice defensive stop there by the Bulldogs. Number 52, Kendricks, stringing out the play and making the tackle on Marquintus Knox, the junior running back for Leeds. That play will lose a yard back to the 40, so that'll make it 3rd and 8. So the Bulldog defense with a chance to get off the field.
You know, Mickey, last year the Alabama High School Athletic Association changed things just a little bit, in which you have 11 weeks in which to play 10 ball games. And when we're looking at the Leeds schedule, they played the first 2 weeks, keep playing, and have an open week in week 11. I like that because, especially if you're a perennial playoff team like Leeds, that gives you a break. If you have someone that's injured, gives you a little time to get your legs fresh going into the playoffs. I like that, the open week on week 11.
First down carry that time, Gatelyn Robertson, a rising sophomore, taking the pitch from the new quarterback who's checked in the game, Alex Nickel. So on 3rd down and 9, the Bulldog defense not able to get off the field, so the Green Wave will keep it, as they'll have a first down just short of midfield. 3:59 and counting left in our game. It has been all Leeds in this one. Again, new quarterback in. Daryl Marshall's night is done. Alex Nickel, the senior backup to Marshall. Here he hands off to the tailback. That is Robertson again on the carry. And he is a load. Big physical back, picks up 8 yards down to the 42. Here's a look at the Anniston Bulldogs schedule for 2015. They open their season on the 28th against Hanley on the road. Then key matchup with Lincoln on the 18th. You see Moody, St. Clair County, of course, the Alexandria Valley Cubs there on October the 23rd, and they close out their season against Fort Payne, who we saw earlier today. Fort Payne beating Etowah in a good game here at the Gridiron Challenge.
We mentioned that Coach Eddie Bullock not afraid to play anybody. Look at those 2 games that are non-region games, Hanley and Fort Payne.
2nd and short. Looks like Robertson got the first down again. They will give him the first down. They'll spot him just inside the 40. So Leeds looking just to grind it out here, Robert, run out the remaining 2:43 on the clock. And they will wrap up spring training and then look toward the offseason and a defense of their 4A state championship. We mentioned in the open 3 state titles since 2008. They won it 2008, 2010, and then, of course, last year, 2014, and they're everybody's pick to win it again.
And we've certainly seen why today. They have proven that they are everything as just as advertised.
Football knocked loose. Good hit by that Anniston defense, and the Bulldogs get it back. There you see the recovery by Bell coming out of the pile with the football. So there's something positive for the Anniston defense as they force the turnover, and their offense will get another crack at it with 2:09 to play as we get another look at it. Let's see if we can pick out who made the hit. I believe that was number 56 for the Bulldogs, Fulton, who came in there and knocked the football loose. And then, of course, as we said, it was recovered by Bell. So nice job of that Anniston defense.
And Anniston comes up with the first turnover of the ball game, coming in the waning moments.
Well, look at it this way. At least Coach Etheridge will have something to complain about in the film session.
Something tells me that he would have found something anyway.
We've got a timeout on the field with 1:49 to play. And we will take a break. Come back with the remaining 1:49 of the Anniston Leeds game here at the Gridiron Challenge on TV 24. And we're back at JSU Stadium. Bulldogs offense coming onto the field after forcing the turnover. You know, we were just talking during the break. Bulldog defense has played hard today against a very good offense, Robert. I think that is some positives that Coach Bullock and his staff can take out of this game.
I think so. And Anniston has a good football team. They just have run into a great football team today. You see the quarterback there almost get loose, and there's been so many times today that Anniston has almost gotten loose for some big gains. It's just almost.
Sabian Bethune on the carry. Now you see Coach Bullock sending in the play by Bethune. Second down and 6 for the Bulldogs out at the 38. Yeah, one thing about it, Anniston's got some tough teams on their schedule, but they will face nobody any tougher than who they saw here today. Here is Elijah Edmondson. And good hard running by Edmondson. He is very close to a Bulldog first down. The official going to spot him just inside the 43. So looking over toward the chains, they're going to give him the first down.
First down for Anniston. 46 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
Bulldogs send a man in motion. Here is the pitch. Flag comes in. And the back picks up a good gain of about 5 or 6 yards up to the 48, but we'll have to check the penalty flag back at the 44-yard line. And holding the call against Anniston. Ten-yard mark off against the Bulldogs. And they'll place the football down at the 34-yard line, so that negates a good first down run for Anniston. So instead of second and about 5 or 4, it'll be first down and 19. Backs in the eye, Bethune. Keeps it himself, little bootleg play, and he's taken off his feet at the 39-yard line. Nice aggressive tackle that time for the Green Wave, and that'll be the end of the game. Final score, the Leeds Green Wave defeat the Anniston Bulldogs here at the Gridiron Challenge by a final score of 28-0. So the Bulldogs come into the Gridiron Challenge and willing to accept the challenge of facing the toughest team participating in this year, and got some positives they can take out of this thing.
Well, and that's what you look for in the spring. Find some things that you do well, work on those, find some things that you don't do well, and work a little bit more on those.
All right, so we're going to keep it right here. Gerhard Mathangani is down on the field for us, and he is efforting to line up an interview with the coaches and maybe even a player. And there's that Green Wave mascot.
At least we know what the mascot looks like. We know that much.
That looks like an inverted green whistle. Or Gumby, as I'm being told in the truck from someone in the truck.
I think we just need to ask John Holder. He will know the answer to that.
So the teams shaking hands at the center of the field. Great sportsmanship being shown by all the participating teams here today in the Gridiron Challenge. Teams scheduled to square off next are now on the field beginning their warm-ups. Glencoe and Sandrock. John Holder and Tommy Wood will rejoin you for the call of that game.
You know, at my day job, I got a call yesterday from Coach Lee Osmond. He was feeling a little under the weather yesterday, and glad to see him feeling better than here. Of course, he wouldn't have missed this today.
All right, let's go down to the field, check in with Gerhard.
Hey guys, I'm in with both head coaches of the football teams from Anniston, as well as from Leeds, as well as to Daryl Marshall here from Marshall in just a second, Coach. But first off, Coach, you knew going into this was one of the toughest teams in the state of Alabama, up there with the Hoovers and the Madison Academies of the world. Talk about what you saw out of Leeds and also what you saw out of your ball club today.
We have a tough team, you know. We knew what they was bringing to the table, and basically we were just trying to make sure that we could do fundamental football, you know, and not miss assignments to kind of stay in the game.
Talk about what the spring look like for you, and as you get your team ready for summer conditioning and then the fall?
Well, basically what you do is you kind of look to see where you are, as far as strength-wise and position-wise, and you just try to work on those things to make the guys better. We're coming off a young year, and this year we should be a little bit better. So, it's a tough test, but, you learn fast when you play against good guys.
Talk about that. Talk about this Leeds group and Coach Etheridge's group.
Oh, Leeds got a great team, man. Anytime you play defending state champs, they know how to win, and that's one thing that you can't teach guys is experience, so even when you lose guys, you still know how to win. So that's what we try and teach our guys, how to compete.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Coach. Best of luck as you head into the summer months and into the fall. We're also in with Coach Keith Estridge of Leeds. First off, Coach, talk about the way the spring went. You guys looked sharp really from the get-go.
We did. We got a lot of good guys back, a lot of guys in key positions. We lost a great group of seniors, some young guys stepped in and played great tonight. Got a lot of respect for the Anniston bunch. Coach does a great job with them. Got a lot of athletes, and that's what we said coming in. You sort of try to contain them. Don't let them get out on the edge because they can give you a lot of trouble.
Do you find yourself having to motivate this team more? Do you find this team is hungry? How does everything go after winning a state championship, especially the way you guys did it?
Yeah, we don't have to motivate too much. They're used to winning. They know what it takes to win, and they work tremendously hard. And I got a great group of guys. God's blessed me. I'm in a great place. I got great guys. I coach some great guys.
Talk about playing Anniston today out on this venue, this atmosphere, and being able to play a tough competition.
It's great. Be able to bring your kids to a college campus and play a spring game and get these guys some experience. Some of these young guys got to play there at the end, and that's what it's all about, seeing those young guys get out there and you're starting guys out there rooting them on. So, fun.
Absolutely. Last question. Talk about the guy behind you, Daryl Marshall. We'll talk to him in just a second, your quarterback.
He's exciting. It's fun being on that sideline with him instead of on the other sideline. He can give you a lot of headaches, but he does a great job, not only as a player but as an individual. He's a great leader for us. Does it the right way. Always puts the other guys first, and that's why he's in the position he's in.
Very good, Coach. You looked great today. Your team looked great, and so did Daryl Marshall. We're joined by the Leeds quarterback. First off, talk about just the spring overall, getting yourself mentally right from all the recruiting. We all know that you committed to Tennessee a little while ago. Talk about the spring, how everything went leading up to today.
Well, we had a real young offensive line, so, working with them, making sure they knew who to block on certain plays. That was really the part that I was stressing, teaching them how to do everything, and staying after practice with the wide receivers, running extra routes, doing footwork drills on the ladders, just working after practice and during practice to, become the team that we are now.
I asked your coach earlier about how if he has to motivate you guys at all, and he said the first thing is no, and I'm pretty sure that starts with you. Talk about what that drive is like after you win. You've got the ring, you've got the pats on the back afterwards, and being able to get the team back in the weight room, back on the field, and to do the extra work like you were talking about.
It's real easy. Everybody wants to win. So after we won the first ring, celebrated for about a week, and then after that, everybody was in the weight room. We started training real quick, running plays, getting the wide receiver, the connections down. Everybody wanted to win another one.
Absolutely. And it seems like the focus is all about this year. It's not about next year. It's not about the college stuff for any of y'all, because there's a lot of y'all will be playing on Saturdays. It seems like all the focus will be on this season. Is that a correct assessment?
Yes, sir. It is our last season in high school. Everybody wants to win another state championship, and that's what we're working towards.
Thank you very much for joining us. A great game, by the way, and as you'll see a lot from Daryl Marshall going on later. I'll let you join your team, Daryl. I appreciate it. And, guys, back to you after a great game between Leeds and Anniston. One of the better quarterbacks in the state of Alabama. You're looking at him right there, number one, Daryl Marshall.
Yeah, and just listening to that interview, you can tell Tennessee is getting a good one. That'll wrap up our coverage of the Leeds-Anniston matchup. Green Wave winning it 28-0. And coming up next, Sandrock and Glencoe. Should be a very interesting matchup. John Holder, Tommy Woods on deck. Call the action for you. We'll continue with live coverage of the Gridiron Challenge in just a moment.